Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
The Bills make it run. Kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, baby. Come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
We are live, and we are back. Listen, I'm excited. You know, it's football times, football season. Listen, we getting back into the mode, entering into August, and listen, the gang is back with me. The guys are back with me, and listen, I have yours truly, our guy, Matt Ice, Matt COVID, Matt the Scammer, Matt getting scammed. Listen, I let him tell you. But Matt, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Had a little rough week, little shenanigans, but you know, we're getting through. We're getting through. That's all we can do.
Absolutely. And my guy, Rad, all-purpose Rad. You know, he would have been on a little earlier, but you know, Rad got so many things to do. But we here. Rad, what's up?
Man, I'm happy. I'm sorry I was late though, but we here. I'm happy to talk football, man. I can't wait for it. You know what I'm saying? I can't. How many days to camp? I know Matt know. How many days to camp?
We got camp started.
I'm sorry, first like, opening day, yeah.
47, I think we're at.
47 days?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, we're excited. Listen, this season, man, we doing it bigger and better than ever. Like, last year we started Overdue Bills, and, you know, we took the scene by storm. It's just a fact. You know, the merch went crazy. You know, lawyers, we had to talk to certain lawyers. Yeah, like it was crazy. It got crazy. But this year, you know, we doing business the right way. And listen, just be on the lookout for that merch. We got the merch ready. You know, you see it. You see all of us Overdue Bills. You know what I'm saying? Hoodies, shirts. You know what I mean? You see it. You see it. Listen, we making moves. So be on the lookout of all of that. Listen, hit us up on every social, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Listen, OverdueBillsPod.com. Shout out to our senior writer, senior editor, Mike. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes. Be on the lookout. He got a couple articles coming soon, real soon. If you are a writer, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? We can figure something out. But listen. We doing it this year. This year, bigger than ever. Be on the lookout. Interview with Pinto Ron, super fan, coming out tomorrow. You know what I mean? Listen. I'm telling y'all better get ready, man. Get with it.
Did he? You know, foreshadow he had some ketchup and mustard on his face in mid interview or something like that? No.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't do the ritual for us, but you know, it's a real great, good interview with Ken Johnson. But you know, we'll get into the show. We'll talk about Ken later. We'll segue into that.
Absolutely. But let's do this. We got to get the housekeeping out. Out because if people want to know, you know what I'm saying, who's sponsoring the show. And Matt,
yes,
let the people know who our sponsor this year is.
You guys can see it right on the front there. This podcast is brought to you by none other than Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things the guys here at OBP know. That's Bills football and that's wings. You know, our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings, it's Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors and their beloved wing of the month, they're sure to school any other wing place around. They got a new location opening up in the University District coming by football season, I'm told. So be on the lookout for that. They're available for all the games, celebrations, whatever you need. Wherever you need wings, hit them up. Give them a visit at their Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say and we know they got the best wings in town, hands down.
Absolutely. Shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings. You know the price of wings has gone up. So listen, wings are premium. But if you want to get the good wings, shout out to the Wing King Buffalo. That be all right. Yeah. So listen, let's get right.
Drop our name, and you get a nice 10% off your order too. Save some of that on the increasing wing prices.
Absolutely, drop that 10%. You know what I'm saying? Listen, all we want to know is where you coming from. What part of the city you at? If you in the city, let us know in the comments. Shout out to Bill Kane. You know what I'm saying? Let us know where you at. Who's in the comments? Listen, we've been away for a little second, but we back now. All right. And We're going to start the show with a hot topic, hot off the press. I guess, he's a rapper by night, slot receiver by day. But our guy, Cole Beasley, is getting a little hot water. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little hot water. This COVID-19 took the whole world by storm. You know what I'm saying? Last year, really coming into this year as well. We hear a lot of things, Delta variant, so many things. We're not scientists, but Cole Beasley has been in the forefront of the news. He is denying the COVID vaccine shot strongly. He's coming out against it. I'm hearing that a lot of, football players, a lot of maybe lower tier football players is hitting Cole Beasley up to be their advocate. A lot of things going on. So I just want to shoot it straight to Matt. Shout out to Matt. Matt may or may not have had the virus. But Matt, nope. I'm just being silly.
No vid for me. No
vid for Matt. Matt vid free. But Matt, how do you feel about Cole Beasley, man? What's up?
I'm not mad at him. Like he said in his press conference, he's pro-choice. I guess everybody's given a choice to do it or not. The only thing that there's just going to be repercussions. The NFL is coming down hard on COVID this year. They kind of gave it a pass last year. Rescheduling games, working around it this year. I know that, if you have to have a game rescheduled or canceled by COVID, it'll be a forfeit and guys will start losing money. The locker room could change at them points. So that's what I'm kind of worried about with guys not getting vaccinated or even popping up with COVID. That's going to be an interesting wrinkle for the whole season.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All the, I guess all the bad things that can happen if you get caught with COVID, if you unvaccinated, it's just, they're so detrimental to your team that, it's almost like, you can't even have, it's like, it's little margin of error. You know what I mean? You can't, you know what I mean? You can literally forfeit and the team will have to, pay for whatever the team got to pay for the revenue for that game or whatever. If an outbreak comes, it's all type of things that's making it like, if you're not vaccinated, if you're not up to that 90% or higher threshold, it's going to be real challenges throughout the season that, that can separate a locker room, that can separate a team, so it's up to McDermott and the organization to figure that out. Because Cole Beasley, we happen to have the most outspoken player on our team.
Mm-hmm.
So how that's going to go the rest of the season, who knows? But I believe in Coach McDermott and an organization that's going to figure that out. And I think we're going to maneuver through it the best way we can.
Yeah, and I think Bean said in the presser also that the team is over 80% vaccinated. So that's a good showing too. That guys are they just want to come in and they don't want to worry about the vaccination stuff. They just want to come in and play football. So I like it.
Absolutely. And let me just say this on the onset. Please like and share this video. Like and share this video. Like and share this video. But let me ask y'all this, since, even though we are, pundits, podcasters, whatever you want to call us, we're fans at the end of the day. And are you going to be upset if Cole Beasley, if somebody that is unvaccinated, somehow we figure out that he spreads it, the word gets out, and, we have to pay this big fine, we forfeit game. Are you going to be upset at that? Because I know, Matt, we was talking about earlier before we got on the show, D-Hawk and Ike, I think one of them was vaccinated, one was unvaccinated. But what was the issue with that, Matt?
Well, they didn't. Deion Dawkins and Ike Bacher, they're on the COVID list to start camp, but they didn't. They said one of them is vaccinated, one of them isn't. So that's going to be another interesting thing. Is how are they going to play it when a guy who does have the vaccine gets COVID and spreads it like that? Because obviously you can still get COVID with the vaccine. There's a very much smaller chance, but it can happen, especially with the new variant going around.
It's different protocols. I know it's a 10 days for people that's unvaccinated. Then like the people who is vaccinated, it's like you can wait and see if they symptom free, maybe they could come back quicker. Oh, wow. Are they showing symptoms? It's all like, if you got the vaccination, they working with you. They figuring it out. It's like, but if you don't, this is the protocol regardless. You know what I mean? So even if you symptom free.
So my question is, even to everybody out there, shout out to Miss Coaster. She's always one of our top fans, definitely in the chat room. But will we are we going to be mad? Like, say we have to forfeit a game because of COVID, and it is from somebody who is unvaccinated. Like, so are you saying? So is it your position, Matt, that the players should get vaccinated? And when I say that, let me throw this to you, because Michael Irvin said, if you are not vaccinated, you don't want to win. Is that how you feel?
I do, because it's just like me in my everyday life. I want to travel, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to go in the even if you lied and act like, you know, a lot of places are on an honor system, right? They, you know, unvaccinated people still got to wear a mask. Vaccinated people are good, right? I'm in the position where if you want to, you just get vaccinated, man. Like, you know, you get the flu shot. People get the flu shot. It's that type of thing for me. I'm in agreement with that, though. If you want to win, or you don't want to be bothered by, you know, the repercussions that come with this, or you don't want to be a distraction, then get the vaccine. That's my position.
Rat, how you feel?
I think it all depends on who it is, right? If we find out Josh Allen is not vaccinated and he's the one, we're going to be like, okay, right? If it's Cole Beasley, might be more mad. If it's some running back that don't play, we're gonna be even more mad, right? So it all depends on who it is, depends on the level of talent, and, you know. But I mean, we in a tough situation, you know what I mean? I know it's football, I know we're fans, and I know, you know, that comes first as Bills fans, but, you know, people's lives come first as well. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be as mad. I know we're gonna have to deal with that. I'm sure some team probably is gonna have to forfeit the game. Hopefully, it's not us. But it is what it is. Like, you know, sometimes some people lives come first, you know, and I understand that. But I think if we, I do agree, but I did agree with Michael Irvin. If you was team first and wanted to win, I think you would get the vaccine.
I mean, look at Emmanuel Sanders. First day before camp, he got his first shot. He's like, yeah, I'm here to play football. I don't want to be bothered by this. I'm going to get the shot today. He went to like CVS or something.
Right. But I will say this, even in that Brandon Beane,
only because, but that's only, I mean, not trying to be funny, but that's not trying to, but it's only because of the rules.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people are doing it just because of the rules, though.
For sure.
And that's fine.
Think about it like a smaller guy too. There was a lot of GMs saying, hey, if you're not vaccinated and you're on the bubble, you're cut.
Right.
We're not going to even deal with it. You know, that's crazy to think about.
It is, and even in that same interview, Bean, he talked about it. He said they asked him about Josh Allen. He didn't say anything about Josh Allen, but we do know that Josh Allen has not been vaccinated, and it was reports that even like Patrick Mahomes have not been vaccinated, and I don't know who else, but Rad is right. It's a class system, even in football. If Josh Allen, if we lose I mean, it's like it's really nothing we could do. Right, and we're going to talk about Josh Allen and his contract in a few moments, but we can shift. This COVID thing can go on for days. We really don't know what's going to happen. We just hope we have a great and fun season. Hopefully, we can tailgate. Shout out to the interview we had with Mr. Ken Pinteron. We're going to talk about that in a second. But let me ask y'all this, because let's shift to training camp, because we're hearing a lot of stories. And truthfully, it seemed like we have some positional battles and some dog fights. It's some dog fights in training camp. It's always some dog fights in training camp. And before we get into the nitty gritty and we're talking about certain, positional fights that's going on, Matt, can you let the people know? Because there's a different type of dog fight that's going on with another ad we got here. Let the people know what the other sponsor is.
So, another sponsor we have this year, it's going to be Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking into getting a pet? Or do you know somebody who has a pet? And there's only one place to send them to make that pet live its best life. Buffalo Pet Supply. Specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles, the knowledgeable staff at Buffalo Pet Supply can get you set up or maintain whatever setup you have going on right now. Stop on down and see the family-owned and operated shop at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, or give them a call and at 716-874-1951, and tell them the Overdue Bills sent you, and same thing, you get 10% off of your bill. And definitely go and check them out. It's a great place. I don't have any pets. I've gone there and got stuff from my parents' dog, and that it's just full of things, and the guys and girls there, they'll get you right.
For a fact, y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes. We working out here. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Pet Supply. If you got a cat, if you got anything, go holler at my man. But listen. Let's talk about these real dog fights that's going on in the training camp. And I want to start with Matt. Because we were talking about earlier at the number 2 spot for our cornerback position, right?
Yeah.
We understand that we have, you know, a top cornerback in that first spot already locked. We ain't got to talk about that. But the number 2 spot, Levi Wallace, you know what I'm saying, has a name that's been thrown around, and we saw what he did last year, right? We saw what he did last year. Some people had some issues, some people didn't. But Matt, I'm gonna throw it to you. What can you talk about that, and how do you feel about that positional battle?
Well, that positional battle, you got a lot of guys working for it. You got right behind him, and they're in early talks, you know, as this being like a 1 versus 2 battle. Like it's going to be like Dane Jackson and Levi Wallace, but then you got young guys who've been in the system for years, like Cam Lewis that can step in. You got Teron Johnson. You know, he plays more in the slot maybe, but I think that, you know, that number 2 spot is going to be a real dogfight, and, you know, we could be surprised at who's going to be in that everyday spot, or it could just interchange maybe throughout the year.
Well, some people said, obviously, I don't think that this is going to happen, but there were talks. I think we were talking about Richard Sherman, and when we kind of did, but prayers to Richard Sherman, prayers to everybody that's involved. So that's not going to happen. But last year, Josh Norman, we went a veteran route, and even this year, even on the offensive side, we're going to talk about it in a second. Emmanuel Sanders, Rat brought his name up. So, you know, we like our veterans, right? We like a veteran presence. So, Matt, do you think there is a veteran out there that we could be looking at that position? Or do you think that Levi Wallace and Dane Jackson, do you think we're just going to pull somebody from within?
I think we're going to pull somebody within because we have our draft pick 2. What's his Wild Goose 2? We got a couple of players there that I think we're just going to stay in-house at that position.
Interesting. And since I spoke about, you know, Emmanuel Sanders, I'm going to throw it to Rad because obviously Cole Beasley, we don't know, right? Cole Beasley showed up really well for us last year, right? He made some huge plays, even played injured in the playoffs. Shout out to Cole Beasley. You know, I love him as a player. He's a dog, no pun intended. But, you know, Stephon Diggs, we got our number 1 receiver. Great. 97 overall Madden. Shout out to him. But, you know, Gabe Davis came on strong. We just picked Emmanuel Sanders, Isaiah McKenzie. We got Hodges. I'm hearing, I was talking to my guy John at work. He raves about Hodges. And all of the beat writers is talking about how Hodges is showing up in training camp. So, Rad, do you think it's a situation where the Bills need to go with Emmanuel Sanders as that, you know, outside receiver to see what he really has? Or should we just allow Gabe Davis to just go crazy out there? How do you think that this should shake up?
I think we should give every opportunity to Gabe Davis to win a job. I mean, I don't think we should just think Emmanuel Sanders. I know he got the name, I know he got the experience, but I mean, I think Gabe Davis, you know, it shows enough that we went after Emmanuel Sanders, you know what I mean, and not a bigger name receiver, somebody with, you know, more upside. I think that's because they believe in Gabe Davis, right? I think he showed some pop last year. We in 3 wide receiver sets the most, 3+ wide receivers sets the most in the NFL. And I think they believe that Gabe Davis is going to be a big part of that. And I think, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if Gabe Davis get more time than Emmanuel Sanders. You know what I mean? So I think Gabe Davis got a real shot at being on the field way more than he was last year. And I think this is time this season, and I hope he do.
So Matt, let me ask you this. And, you know, hopefully Gabe Davis takes the next leap. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Emmanuel Sanders can be a mentor to him, but that remains to be seen. But, Matt, I know a lot of people talked about the speed of the Buffalo Bills last year. And one of our big speedsters is Isaiah McKenzie, right? Like, we've seen Dabo throw him in spots here and there, right? End around, try to give him the ball in open space. But, you know, players like Hodges, and even though he's somewhat of a possession receiver, but Marquez Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that Isaiah McKenzie should, like, assert himself?
Kumaro.
Kumaro. Yeah, actually, people have been talking about Kumaro. But do you think that Isaiah McKenzie is able to assert himself in a bigger role this year? Like the Kansas City Chiefs, they got all those speedsters. You know, just throw them in like a scat back. Yeah, McCole Harmon, players like that. How do you feel, Matt?
Well, I think you know, the big question is going to be around Isaiah is going to be special teams with the departure of Andre Roberts. Is him or Marquez Stevenson going to hop into the new punt return, kick return spot?
Wow.
Because I know Mckenzie got, you know, some punt returns last year, and he took one to that. He housed one for sure. So that's going to be another big question to being able to get on the field more. So I think that Isaiah will definitely be able to assert himself a little bit more on the receiver side this year, but definitely, if not that, then he'll be a staple in the return game.
Cool. We're staying in this training camp vein, and the reason why I want to bring this up is because I had some choice words about this guy, Jerry Hughes, last year. Even though Jerry Hughes had, he played, sort of well for us.
He had a bounce back year.
Yeah, had a bounce back year,
For sure.
But Jerry Hughes is out. They never released a timetable. It's supposed to be a calf strain or a calf injury of some sort. And Matt's favorite guy, AJ Epineza, Matt mentioned him every time last year. Last year, every show, Matt is going to mention AJ Epineza. But, we do have, people who we, drafted Gregory Rousseau, Carlos Basham, and there's a list of others. So I'm going to go to Matt. Matt, with the advent of Jerry Hughes being injured, what are you hearing, and how do you feel about somebody stepping up into that role? Because I just seen it. I'm not sure where I seen it, but they said we were looking to either trade for somebody. I don't know if it was
Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones, that's what it was. So how do you talk about that? Talk about that.
So I think it's great. Not that Jerry Hughes is injured, but the fact that he is injured, though, it does give those younger guys more reps and everything. I mean, it's only day 2 of camp. But you look at every picture of every training camp photo that I've been seeing, and Greg Rousseau is a man amongst boys out there in the NFL. They call him Groot for a reason. He's just a polarizing figure out there. And they said that he's looking fast, and he's already making. And Leslie Frazier was talking. He's definitely picking it up really quick and getting ahead of things. Also, Boogie Basham, they said he made the best play of the day today. He tipped a Josh Allen ball, picked it, and took it to the house.
Wow!
So those guys are getting reps with the ones, which is great, and I like that going forward because Epineza, he didn't step in, and he didn't kind of get it until maybe late in the year where he maybe got a little bit more comfortable. So
you could be frank, he just wasn't good. He wasn't good last year.
He wasn't good, and that it's going to pay off those guys getting reps early, I think.
Yeah, I agree on that front. I think you want to see Rousseau get those reps. You understand that Jerry Hughes is a big part of our team, culture, locker room. But we know what he is. We know his ceiling. But Rousseau, we know his ceiling is so huge. Basham, these guys who got all the potential in the world. You want them to get those guys to get reps. Even Epineza, even though I think he's the third off those groups we drafted in the last couple of years, I think those two are naturally more talented and more freakily athletic. But I think those guys getting the reps is good. Jerry Hughes can come back whenever he come back, but I think the fact that we drafted heavy at that position, I think is good. I'm not mad. I'm not sad that Jerry Hughes is hurt. Come back 100% when you're ready. But I think them young boys gonna come in and do their job.
Well, the other good thing too is with those guys being able to have the luxury of having Starr back. So Starr's back. McDermott said he's in the best shape he's ever seen him. He's been with him for years in Carolina and here. So that's a really good sign. If McDermott's going to say that, he's looking the best he's ever looked. I mean, it's only day 2, but they're in shorts right now. But
you think they started him over Vernon Butler?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But it definitely remains to be seen. I hope Rousseau kind of takes that, rookie leap, if you will. And, he shows us something. I'm really anticipating him. But to a position that I guess it's sort of lackluster. I'll say shout out to Brian Dable. He has some amazing tight end plays, down the stretch, like some amazing misdirection, things of that nature. But at the same time, Dawson Knox, he just really didn't do it, right? You know what I mean? Yes. So we've really been searching for that tight end, that sort of presence for Josh Allen. And, we signed Jacob Hollister. I'm not sure. I don't know if reports said that he got hurt or something like that. But it was something coming out of training camp. But Reggie Gilliam, so I'll go to Matt. How do you feel about the tight end position, Matt? Like what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's still a question mark to me. It's like it's like Groundhog Day. You hear today Dawson Knox has another big drop. They put him, they put in like, oh, well, he was being guarded by Micah Hyde. Like, who cares? He made a drop. They're talking about they moved Reggie Gilliam to fullback, so he'll be out of the tight end competition. But Jacob Hollister, he's got that rapport with Josh Allen. There was a time where he was a hot fantasy waiver wire pickup, so he could be something. But Dawson Knox,
it's only Hollister two, was a hot place to go get shirts.
But it's tough to say. But I am not too encouraged by the tight end position this year.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, it's not good. I'm not confident by it. But I mean, I think like I said earlier, we was the number one team that's 3+ wide receiver sets. So I mean, Dawson Knox is out there. If he open, we try to hit him. But our wide receiver core, I wanted to upgrade it more. But I think hopefully Gabe Davis make this jump and it won't be a factor. You know what I mean? I think we go for 4 wide receivers often. And we gonna air the ball out. And Dawson Knox can catch it, gonna catch it. But I do want to upgrade that position. But I think our offense, can take another step, even hopefully as is, Gabe Davis take a next step,
Absolutely. And I guess the last kind of, so to speak, positional battle, Motor, Devin Singletary and, Zach Moss. We've had real issues with the running back position, right? Obviously Zach Moss got injured, and Motor, he just didn't do it for us. Like, just plain and simple. Like, he didn't do it for us. I mean, we kind of went away from the run. We threw the ball a ton, and I think we're still going to throw the ball this year. But we do need some type of balance, and we want, some type of running game. Even if it's just catching the ball out the backfield, we just need some production from the running back position. And I'll say, Rad, do you think, even though, our guy co-host, our senior editor, Mike, he's against running just at its core, but I'm going to ask Rad, how do you feel about, our running attack going into this year? And is it a name that I did not mention?
I mean, that's going to be a main factor. Yeah. I mean, I know we signed Matt Breida, but, he going to be more so third down, catch the ball off the backfield. But Josh don't really dunk the ball off really that much. So I think Zach Moss is going to be the starting running back. I think he's the overall better running back. I think when the season got weighing down, he was the guy who was getting the bulk of the carries, and Singletary came and spilled them here and there. And I think Zach Moss, the bruiser between the tackles, they ask, I don't think which one is even faster. They probably the same speed. So I think Zach Moss is going to get the edge there. Singletary I don't think he can handle the whole workload. I think Zach Moss is more so suited for that, and he'll come spill them. And hopefully he what he was 2 years ago when he was averaging 5-6 yards a carry. Hopefully he can come back to that motor. But I think Zach Moss is our starter. Breida gonna be the third down. Obvious passing down situations, and I think we're gonna be straight. I think I'm cool with that. I think Zach Moss is gonna be improve. Singletary is fine, and I think we're fine.
Two things real quickly. Shout out to Andy Strug in the comments. Strug, it's no reason for me to check you because you're just not good enough. But that's just between me and him. And Matt, let me ask you this, because you when Rad said when he said Matt Breida's name, you kind of shrugged your shoulders. Do you think he's gonna get cut?
You can take a hot take here. I think he's gonna be a camp casualty for sure. Yeah. I think they're gonna go with Motor, Antonio Williams, and Dev. But the good thing is Motor there, and they mentioned Cody Ford. They're out of the red jerseys. The big thing is our offensive line. They're all back together. As soon as the guys get out of the protocol, they drafted two giants. They had a picture of Spencer Brown next to Josh Allen earlier, and he looked like a super giant next to him. So we definitely drafted to maybe boost the run up a little bit. So I like that. But no, I think Breida is going to get cut. We could talk about that in my 53 prediction coming up in a couple weeks. But
absolutely, be on the lookout for that. And we're going to kind of segue only because we know the quarterback position. There is no battle. We have our guy. His name is Josh Allen, but there is another battle, and that's a contract battle. Let's just be honest, man, because Josh Allen's contract is looming over the Buffalo Bills, right? We've seen Dak Prescott get a huge contract. We've seen Pat Mahomes get $500 million supposedly. And what I'm hearing from the Baltimore Ravens is that Lamar Jackson could be possibly getting $40 million annually, right? That's a huge step. That's actually more money annually than Pat Mahomes is getting. That'll be the most in the league. And so, like, if Lamar Jackson is getting that, and Josh Allen beat Lamar Jackson head-to-head last year, my goodness, what are we going to do? So is it a situation, Rad, where you're saying, like, no matter what it is, drop the Brinks truck and give him whatever he wants?
Yeah, I mean, when you're the Buffalo Bills, we haven't had a quarterback since Jim Kelly. You don't have a choice, really. It's not even another side to the story. It's whatever we got to do to get it done. Hope the best thing you can do is trying to convince him to take less money somewhere and be maybe just giving him money and always let him always be flexible enough to move money around, throw stuff at the end, revert stuff to signing bonuses. That's the best case scenario. You know what I mean? But the money, the guaranteed money, the annual salary, that's going to be there. That's going to be $40+ million a year. It's that simple. You know what I mean? And then we got to worry about Diggs probably going to want to re-up too. So, I mean, that's that simple. We have to pay these guys. They are pros. They the top 2 or 3 at that position. We will have to pay them. When you got great players, you play great players. You got to worry about the money situation later.
Sure.
How you feel about that, Matt?
I'm the same way. I still don't understand how the salary cap works. So I think that we're going to be able to pay him whatever he wants. I honestly though, I think that he's not going to do I think he's going to go. I think I said it last year. He might go the Brady route though, where he keeps getting these little 2-year not little 2-year contracts, but 2-year contracts where they're very team friendly. He's getting a lot of money guaranteed, and he's making it happen.
But
how you do that?
The only issue with that is, like, Tom Brady had money and has money. Like, I mean,
True.
like, Josh Allen does not have that level of money. And I think I'm just saying, like, I'm sure he wants to have a big payday. And, like, when you look to the left and right and you beat Lamar Jackson head to head, right? You know what I'm saying? You play in a AFC Championship game with Pat Mahomes. Dak Prescott is getting all this money. He hasn't done anything in his life. So, I mean, it's just like, I'm just saying, like, Josh, I don't know. I think we're going to give him, like, 35, 36, 37, 38, like maybe 40 million annually. I think that's just a reality.
That's what I'm saying. That he'll get like a 2-year, like $80 million deal type of thing.
Why would he take a 2-year deal?
I don't understand that.
I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but
I think that you're a homer.
I'm just thinking that there's gonna be like some type of deals they work in where he's very team friendly because he wants the longevity and he wants to keep the core around to sustain his success. Correct? Right? You know what I mean?
And he also wants to be rich as well. But
he does. I don't disagree with that.
Listen. That remains to be seen. Hopefully, that work out itself. We have a great GM and Brandon Beane. Hopefully he's doing what he's supposed to do. But what we will say is we just wanted to come back, you know what I'm saying? Because we are back. Like, we are back. Yeah. Like, we're going full force. Me and Matt had a great interview with our guy, Mr. Ken, but affectionately known as Pinto Ron. Matt, you want to give a little teaser on that?
It'd be a lot of talk about, the legend of Pinto Ron and, what he thinks about the season. He's a Bill. He's like me. He's I'll quote him. He said, I'll never go into a game that I think the Bills are going to lose. And he's been to 427 games consecutively, home and away. So
a lot of losses.
A lot of losses.
But
shout out,
no more.
Yeah,
not no more, man.
We're excited, man. We're excited to get that interview out to you guys tomorrow.
Bingo, tomorrow to be out at 6:30. So please be on the lookout for that. Please like and share this video, like and share that video, and you will see us next week. We are getting to it. I'm going to the training camp on Saturday. I'm going to talk to McDermott. I'm going to talk to Dable. Give the annexation of Puerto Rico. Give him a little I formation. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the people. Yes. So listen, I'm going to be there. So be on the lookout for some, content in that way. And listen, OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. Shout out to our senior editor, Mike Daniels, Mike D. He's writing it right now. He's getting the article ready right now. Shout out to, it might be a Cole Beasley article, maybe not. Go check and see. But I think
shout out to Mills. He getting some merch on the way. He got some merch coming. Shout out to Mills. Shout out to Hefe as well. He going to get it, but shout out to Mills.
Yeah, let's speak on that. Listen, you're going to training camp. Wear your Overdue Bills gear. If you need some, we got tees in. We got all different colors for you guys. We got the full colorway, all sizes. We'll have hoodie. We can have hoodies, sweaters made available, but I definitely want to see. I'll be at training camp too, so I want to see people in their Overdue Bills gear, or let me know if you need it before the weekend. We can make it happen.
Definitely hit us
Yeah,
up on
man.
all the socials. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please get your Overdue bill. Listen, I know you watched that one last year, and it's good because it's quality, so you can still wear it. But we want you to get another one. We want you to get another one.
Flavors.
We want you,
Yeah,
yes,
Right after the show, we're gonna drop a link and everything. We're gonna drop the everything. We're gonna so you can, purchase the merch.
absolutely. Be on the lookout. We got some. Listen, we got logos. We got account. We out here. That's all I'm gonna say. Listen, we got stuff in escrow. I don't know what's going on. Listen, but we doing business the right way. You know what I mean? We might be in Mars with Jeff Bezos. I don't know, but I will say this: the Bills is coming, and Overdue Bills Pod will be here every step of the way. And that's all we have for you. Please be on the lookout for tomorrow, our show. Like and share, subscribe, and we end every show with a little hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
Bingo.